proudly brought to you by Pacific Heartbeat at the Heart Foundation.
And it's 6 minutes after 2. Welcome back, Alex Nicholas and Sue Pirrit. All right, we'll do our thing, and so we'll ask a question at the end of our program. Welcome back. So good to see you both.
Thank you, Namai, and happy 2020, everyone, and especially to Marlo and Namai, and to Alex, who we'll get to in a minute. It's Palangi Sue here from Pacific Heartbeat, back from a gorgeous summer break, and we're back and running into our Pasefika Health Talanoa that we have. Talanoa Sue, Palangi Sue, bad pronunciation. And it's where we chat about everything about food, nutrition, health, anything that we feel might be helpful to Pacific families out there. But we've got a new face in the whale today, and it's Alexandria Nicholas. She's new to our Pacific Heartbeat team. But just before I let Alex have a chat about herself, we just wanted to mention that coming up on February the 21st, Friday the 21st, and Saturday, February the 22nd, we have our Heart Foundation Big Heart Appeal. And this is our once a year where we're out in the community collecting for heart research, everything around the heart. That's where we get our money from. We are all over Auckland, all over New Zealand, and we'd really love it if you'd like to come and join us and shake a few buckets, collect a few coins, have a chat with the community, and we'd love to have you out there with us. And so just go on to our website, which is www.heartfoundation.org.nz, and we'd love to see you there. But welcome, Alex, and thank you for joining our Pacific Heartbeat team.
Awesome.
And so, yeah,
thanks,
tell us a little
Sue.
bit about yourself.
It's really exciting to be here. Thank you for having me today. And I'm part of the Pacific Heartbeat team at Heart Foundation. I'm a nutrition trainer there. Loving my role so far, been just over 2 months, so not that long, so I'm still a newbie. But very excited. I'm all about helping our community and getting stuck into this work this year, so thanks for having me.
And you've got an exciting new project coming up with Maria, haven't you?
Yes, we do. So we do have a cooking course, so it's a community cooking course that we start. It actually starts next week on the 12th of Feb.
Is that Wednesday?
So it's every Wednesday evening, and we will be delivering that for over 5 evenings.
Yes. From
5:30 to 8 p.m. So it's all about cooking cheap, affordable, easy, quick meals that can feed a family of 6. So if you're wanting to learn new cooking skills and new recipes that are nice and nutritious and will feed a family of 6, come on board. The beauty of it is that it's free. So it's going to be an awesome program. If you want more information, give us a call. All you have to do is just Google us on Google Pacific Heartbeat and pick up the phone, give us a call, and we'll give you more information.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, great to have you with us, Alex.
Thanks, Sue.
And we had a little chat before coming along, and we thought we'd kick off 2020 having a bit more of a chat about what are good fats and what are bad fats, because last year we did a bit of label reading, and we thought this is a great one to start off a new year and get ourselves on the right track. But and if you really want to listen in carefully to the whole program, at the end of the program, Namai's got a $50 Pack and Save voucher up for grabs.
Awesome.
She's got a little tricky question there to ask about the session, and if the caller that calls in with the correct answer, you get a $50 voucher to go and start buying some good fats rather than some bad fats.
Listen carefully.
Yeah. So, Alex, why are some fats good for our bodies and some fats bad for our bodies?
Thanks, Palangi Sue. So, our heart pumps blood around our body, right? And we have pipes or hoses that we like to call arteries, and that's what the blood flows through. And these good fats that we have, if we're eating more of those good fats, it doesn't block up that artery.
Doesn't block them up?
Doesn't block them up. But if we are choosing more of the bad ones, then you will start to get that blockage in the artery, which again leads to a lot of health problems.
So if you blocked up one of those hoses in your heart, what would you have?
So it can lead to heart disease or heart attack.
Heart attack. And what say you blocked one up in your brain?
Stroke is the next thing. So definitely, preventable if we are having, more of the good fats in our
Yes.
diet. And I'd like to just explain now, we've got here for our viewers a model of an artery. So I've got 4 tubes here, and in front of me, the first tube, it's nice and clear. So the blood's flowing through really quick, nice and fast, very efficiently.
So no fat stuck
no
there.
fat stuck there. And
Yeah.
it's, an example of what we're born with. So it's
Yeah.
nice and clear.
Yeah.
Over time, if we're eating too many of the bad fats, you'll see this there's in this tube, the second tube, there's a bit of white sticky like substance which we call plaque, and that starts to build up over time if we're eating more of those bad fats in
So
our
that's
diet.
the bad
Yes.
fat sticking there. Yeah.
And again, if you continue to eat that way, too many bad fats in our diets, you look at this 4th tube in front of me, lots and lots of that plaque is built up in that 4th tube. And there's a very, very small opening that allows the blood to flow through, and it's not big enough. So you can imagine, the restriction that blood has to
And
flow
also,
through.
if a little bit of fat just broke off, it
Yeah.
would block it, and
It
then
would
you
block it.
could have a heart attack or a
Definitely.
stroke. Yeah.
And I'll just give you one more example. I've
Yeah.
got a pen, okay? I'm holding up a pen, and at the end, the clicker at the end. Now, can you imagine? This is how big our arteries are.
Those
So
hoses are
they are not
small.
this big. This is just a model. They're actually the size of the clicker on a pen or behind the pen. And then you look at the ballpoint side, so the side that you write with, they can be as small as that. So if you can imagine, it doesn't take a lot, to block that up over time. So
Wow.
yeah, it just gives you a bit of a visual idea of,
Yeah.
what
So
would happen.
It's
Yeah.
really important to talk about these
So
good fats
important.
and bad fats.
So important, yeah. Now, Palangi Sue, I'm going to ask you now,
Okay.
what
Hope
what
I
are
can answer it.
there are some flash names of these good fats and bad fats. So can you just give us a bit of an explanation on that?
Yeah, so the flash names. And I remember one of them we talked about in label reading last year,
Yes,
one
yeah.
of the sessions with Muffy. And the bad fats we call saturated fats
Yes,
because
that's
they're
the one.
saturated with bad habits.
Yeah.
So that's the bad fats. And the good fats is the opposite of saturated, and we call them unsaturated because they
Okay,
have
yeah.
no bad habits. So
No
that's
bad
the
habits.
good
Yeah.
and the bad.
And you see them on the label, that saturated label.
Yes, you see that
Yeah.
on the label that we talked about. And Alex, do you know where these good and bad fats come from?
I sure
what
do.
foods do they come
Yes.
from? Is there an easy way of knowing what are the good fats and what are the bad fats?
There definitely is, Palangi Sue. Now, it's very simple and easy. You can compare it between plants and animals. So your plant fat comes from plants and fish as well.
So your
Those
good
are your
ones
good ones.
from
okay?
plants and fish.
Those are your good ones.
Yeah.
And then your bad ones are the fat on the meat or fat that comes from animals.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So animal
those are, that's
fats.
just an example of, an easy way to remember it.
So
Yeah.
some good ones, they would be things like, if it's from a plant,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be like canola oil.
Canola
Have
oil,
we got
yes,
a
yeah. So
oh,
this is
we've got a canola
Yeah.
oil here, or you've
got
got
soybean
a
oil. Yeah.
all from a plant.
Yeah, and then we've got fish oil as well.
Yes, and
Yeah.
the bad ones would be from an animal, so that
Yes.
would be like the cream that gets made into the butter. That's the fat on the meat.
Yes, yeah.
But there's 2 plants, isn't there, Alex?
There are 2 plants,
that,
yes.
that are a bit tricky, aren't they?
Yes, and I'll give you just a bit of a brief on that. So we love, I'm a Samoan and I love my coconut cream and my coconut oil. Unfortunately, that's on the bad side. So there's two plant oils that we shouldn't have too much of, and that's coconut oil and palm oil, which again is not so good for our health. So we've just got to limit that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the goodies from the plants and the
Yeah.
fish, and the baddies from the animals
one.
and the
Yeah.
coconut oil and the palm oil.
Yes. Now, Palangi Sue, can you tell us where or how do we know? How do we know if a fat is good or bad? How can we tell? How can we differentiate?
That's a really good question, Alex,
Yeah.
because if we look at fats and
Yeah,
oils,
yeah.
how can we just tell
Yeah.
real quick? So how we can tell that if an oil is runny, if something is runny or it's soft, And I've got some margarine here, and I've got a canola oil that I'm shaking around. It's always runny. Even if you put it in the fridge or the
Nice,
freezer, it
yeah.
would still be runny, or in the winter. And even the margarine is always soft. So if it's runny or soft,
Yep.
it's the good fat. So
Nice,
it's the
yeah.
unsaturated one, the good one. But if it is hard or thick, then it's the bad one. So I've got a bottle of coconut oil here, and it's actually rock hard. So it acts like an animal fat. And I've got some lard here. It's hard. Butter is hard.
yeah.
The meat fat is hard.
Yes,
Yeah, and cream is really thick. So if it's thick or hard, that's the saturated bad one. Yeah.
So we've got to make sure we're cutting that fat off that meat, eh?
Yeah.
'Cause,
So we can do some quick swaps, you know,
yeah,
Alex.
yeah,
you know,
that'll
if
be
we
good.
are cooking with butter, say,
Yes, yeah.
what could we use instead of butter?
Canola oil. So we've got an example here. Canola oil. Again, it's the runny stuff. It's not
Nice and
hard.
runny?
Yep.
Or on our sandwiches?
Yep. On our sandwiches, margarine.
Just
okay.
use nice and soft.
Nice and soft.
Yeah.
Okay, rather than the butter, which is very hard.
And what about, so lard as well. If we were
Yes,
going to cook
lard,
with our
yeah.
lard here, we've got some cremata. We could use
Again,
canola oil
canola
again.
oil,
It's
yep.
nice and
Soybean
cheap.
oil.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's the other thing. It doesn't cost much. Yeah, so it's nice and cheap if
Yeah.
you are choosing the good over the bad fat. Yeah.
And even if we're having lots of meat, even if we could just trim off the fat.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, and I know Palangisu knows Pacific love fish.
Yes.
So
definitely.
more fish, but maybe not too much of the deep fried one because
Yeah.
it does use a lot of the oil.
So we definitely want to be trimming that fat off. An example would be I grew up eating corned beef. We love to dip our taro into the corned beef and eat it straight, but a healthier way or more nutritious way is to heat the can up, put it in a bowl of hot water, liquefy the fat, open it, drain the fat, add a bit of vegetables, and it becomes more of a
So that
nutritious
gets
meal.
rid of
Yeah.
that bad fat.
Yes, it
Awesome.
does. Yeah.
And I was thinking with the coconut cream, because I know Namai, everybody, all Pacific people absolutely adore their coconut cream, but maybe just water it down a little
Water
bit.
it
Or coconut
down.
milk, or
Yeah.
maybe not have it quite so much.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I thought we haven't got much time to go,
Yeah.
but I thought I'll give you a quick test,
Oh, gosh,
Alex,
yes.
to
Sounds
see whether you can guess whether these foods are good fats or bad fats. So just
Right.
quickly, we've got a tuna can here.
Okay, so tuna again, it's fish, so definitely a good fat.
Good one. What about chicken skin?
Oh, chicken skin. Yep. So that's the baddie. We want to be cutting
From
that
an
off.
animal.
It's from
and
an
quite
animal.
firm,
Yes.
isn't it?
Again,
Coconut cream.
Yes. Okay. So I love my coconut cream, but I know we need to limit that. Water it down. It's more of a bad fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And mackerel, tinned mackerel.
Mackerel. Yep. So again, fish. So it's good for us. We want to eat more of it. Good
Yep.
fats. Yeah.
Margarine. Done that
Margarine.
one.
Soft. Yep. So
that's a goodie.
Goodie.
Corned beef
Corned
can that
beef,
hasn't
same
been drained.
Thing, yep. Bad fat.
Bad
So we
fat.
want to make sure we drain the fat.
We've got butter.
Butter, yes, again, butter is hard at room temperature, so
Yeah.
we want to substitute that with margarine.
We've got the fat on the nice meat
The
here.
fat on the meat, yep, we want to chop that up. So that white bit is all fat, we want to chop that off because that's a bad fat.
And the meat's okay though.
meat is
Alex?
okay, just the white bits
Yeah.
we want to chop off.
The cream, really
Cream,
thick.
yes, cream, just like your coconut cream, we want to limit that.
Okay.
It's bad for
very
us, yeah,
thick.
it's an animal fat.
Block up our tubes. Dripping.
Dripping, very common in our
It's
Pacific
hard.
Island dialect. Yes, it's very hard at room temperature. Again, a bad fat. So we
from
want to
an animal.
substitute that.
Our mutton flaps.
Same thing, chopping off the fat. So
Yeah.
yes, I grew up with mutton flaps and I love to eat them too. But I've learned that I need to cut most of the fat off.
Special occasion.
Yes,
Avocado.
avocados. We love avocados and fortunately they're good for us. So yes,
Nice
it's a
and
good fat.
soft.
Yes,
Yeah.
nice and soft.
And salmon.
Fish again, salmon, very good for us. So good fats.
Yep. Good. Pulu.
Oh, yum. Roast on the spit.
Yeah, it's my
we
favourite
love
too.
it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that crispy bit on the pig, we've got to remove that.
Yeah, so the
That's-
meat's
The
fine.
meat's fine, but it's the
Yeah.
fat on the pig that we
And
want to
here's
take
that
off.
palm oil, which are a lot of fish and chips and chicken and chips are
Yeah.
fried in.
Yes,
This
yeah.
is a bad one as
Definitely
well.
a bad
isn't it?
one, yes.
Goes hard. Yep.
So we want to limit that.
Canola oil, we've talked
Yep,
about that one.
That. That's a runny, good fat. Runny at room
Coconut
temperature.
oil,
Coconut oil
Goes
again
hard.
goes hard, so we've got to limit that.
Yeah. Coconut milk's not quite so bad, is it?
It's a more watered version down of our coconut cream. So yes, you can have that
better
as in
choice.
substitute to the coconut cream. Yeah.
And just to finish off, our nuts
Mixed nuts, love them.
Good
Lots
fats.
of good fats in there. So
from a
and
plant.
yeah, we've just got to make sure in quantity. Peanut butter again, lots of good fats in there. So yeah, we can eat lots of that.
And finally, our
And
sardines.
our sardines again, fish oil, so good for us.
Yep.
More of that.
100%, Alex.
Thank
well
you.
Done. So just to finish off, we've got some pictures in the radio studio here, and we just thought we'd quickly show you just how much fat or oil is in them. So on Alex's side, she's got the fish and chips.
Yes, I've got fish and chips here, so you can see there's about 24 teaspoons of fat in that one meal
And
of
that's
fish and
probably
chips.
the bad fat.
That's the bad fat.
The palm oil.
Yes. So lots and lots of bad fats in there. And we've got chicken and chips in front of me. It's about 15 teaspoons in this tube.
Yep.
So again, bad fats in there, so we want less of them. Corned beef as well. And we've spoken about corned beef. Lots and lots of bad fat in that, and it's about 20 teaspoons, which is, I'll just show our viewers there. Yeah, and what's on your side, Sue? What do you have there?
I've got a pie, donut, chocolate bar, and milkshake. So lucky we've had our lunch, Alex.
I know.
And 20 teaspoons.
Wow, that's a
how
lot.
much
Yeah.
of the bad fat. And a lot of kids have that. And then we've got our coconut cream, and there is 20 teaspoons
Yeah,
in
that's
that
a
as
lot.
well of the bad of fat. Yeah. And just to finish off on that, Alex, I've got a picture of the lovely Cook Island mayonnaise,
yes,
which is
yeah.
really a lovely dish.
Yeah.
So it's health-wise, it's good for us because they use a lot of oil, which is the
Yeah.
runny oil, so it's the
Yes.
good oil.
Yeah.
But it's just the quantity.
Yeah.
So I've got how much, and that's just a little sandwich
Yeah,
plate, and there's
that's a
30
lot.
teaspoons of the oil.
Yeah.
So we've got to worry a little bit about the
quantity,
quantity as
yes.
well.
And just, just for our viewers and for our listeners, we are talking about good and bad fats, but with the good fats, yes, we want more of those, but like Palangi Sue says, it's the quantity, you don't want to have too much of it. It's
Yeah.
down to portions and being mindful of our portions and how much we're having.
Yeah. So just in summary, Alex, because I think we've nearly run out of time, haven't we,
Yes.
Namai?
It's an
So
exciting
what's the
topic.
difference between the good fats and the bad fats?
So the difference again, we've got your watery or runny
Yep.
ones, which is our good fats, and then our bad fats harden at room temperature. They're
thick.
hard, okay, and they're
Yeah.
thick as well. Yes. Yeah.
And the good ones don't block up our arteries or our
Yes,
pipes,
yeah.
and the bad ones do.
And that's
Yeah.
a very key part, that you want to remember.
Perfect. And just remember, viewers and listeners, that
Yeah.
we've got that $50 voucher, Pack and
Yes.
Save voucher that Namaya's got. So straight after the show, she'll be asking a question. So we hope you've enjoyed the show and have learned a little bit more about good fats and bad fats.
Thank you for having
And we
me.
look forward to seeing you again next
Awesome.
week, same place, same time. And hopefully we'll maybe have a little chat about sugary drinks
Sugary
because
drinks, nice.
the kids are all going back to school and we're all going back to work. But
That'll be
from us, over and out.
Thank
Lovely to
you.
be back.
Yes.
And thank you, Alex, for
No problem.
joining us. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Pasefika Health Talanoa, proudly brought to you by Pacific Heartbeat at the Heart Foundation.
Bringing Pacific people together. 531 PI.